Hello and welcome to Take Time to Create. My name is Linda and today we are going to do this little embroidery kit from Busella and it's Sweet Treats. It has these little ornaments and aren't they adorable? Look at those. So I thought I would start a new series and this is the first time I'm opening it. I've already cut it open. Where I do kind of a story time, but we do one of these little treats each story time. And just show you what I do with these kits. Now, full disclosure, I'm not the best at embroidery. I just really enjoy it. So, I mean, there's something to be said for enjoying it. But I thought it'd be a really fun thing to do with story time at the same time. And so I'm going to show you what I do, how I do these kits, because I've done quite a few of these. So what you do is you open up your kit and you see everything. Now, you're going to want to be tempted to cut all of the pieces out because they come in these felt little patterns here and they're already labeled and numbered, which correspond with the instructions. But you don't want to cut them all out at first. What you want to do is cut them out according to whatever design you're going to do. And we are going to do the ice cream cone. That is first on the list. So for the ice cream cone, I'm gonna refold that so we can kind of see it a little better. All right. So they're all numbered, and this ice cream cone you can see. Let me hold this up. Before I get into story time, I thought I'd show you the instructions real quick. And so you can see it says 1 and then 4 and then 2 and 5. And so those are the two pieces of it. So here we've got, this is 2 and that's the front, and then 4 and then 5 is like the little, I don't know, drippings or cone ice cream. Anyway, so what we're going to do is we are going to cut them out, and I'm only going to cut out 1 through 8. Oh, you can see the cherry is 8. So so I'm going to find all those pieces. I'm going to cut them all out, and then we will just move on to the next part. So just like this, and save all your scraps. Now I save all of my scraps of the felt because that's what I use to stuff these little ornaments with. I don't use the fiber fill or whatever it's called, the stuffing. If you have stuffing, go ahead and use that, but I don't usually have stuffing on hand. It's just something I just don't have. And the kits, that's one thing that the kits don't come with, and that's stuffing. So I save all my scraps, and I'll show you what I do because I use them to stuff it. I might as well. I hate waste, and I might as well just use the innards. Of course, you don't have to if you don't want to. If you want to get stuffing, go for it. If you have an old pillow or any old fabric or other things, that would work as well. You just need something just to fill it out, and we'll get to that at the end in just a little bit. So yeah, that's just the cone right there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out all the pieces, and then we'll get into the story time in just a moment. All right, so now they're all cut out, all the little pieces. Don't lose them. You get some tiny pieces. That's why sometimes you wait to do, you know, each one, and you cut out as you're doing each step. But I just cut out everything for the project or for the next couple steps. It just makes it easier, but not any further than this. I'm not doing any more than just this ice cream cone. All right, so the first step, and this is, I'm just showing you what I do as I move forward. And it just says, you know, cut it out and then sequin and embroider the first one. Now, so you're going to see a stitch type or a little decoration, and this is a key to what it'll go on your little embroidery chart here. And so that says outline stitch here, and it tells me it's in brown and it's 2 strands. And they give you a little bit of instructions on outline stitch. Like I said, I'm not the best person of embroidery, but I do enjoy it. It's just something, it's a relaxing hobby for me. And if I don't know how to do it, even with their little instructions, just Google it. Just go on YouTube. There's so many wonderful tutorials, and somebody will show you how to do it. Here's the other thing I know. This is yours. If you don't want to do the outline stitch or whatever stitch this is, do something else. There's no rule that says you have to do exactly what they say here. You know, and that's just something that at first I was so worried, and I was thinking, oh no, I have to do it exactly like what they have. And then I thought, there is no embroidery police. They're not going to come to my house and tell me I did it wrong. They're not going to say I did the wrong color. If I want to outline this in a darker color or in like a white to white chocolate, it doesn't matter. I mean, in all honesty, you can do it in any color you want. The thread just comes like this, and what I usually do, and I don't have them right here in front of me, but I'll grab it, is I actually put those on the little embroidery cards. You know, you wind it on, the thread cards or whatever they're called. I don't know. I'll link some down below. I will separate them out because you don't want to tangle these up. These are your threads, and this is what you got. If you do run out of thread by some chance, you use the wrong color or you decide to do different colors, you know, for this ice cream, you might want to do a contrasting color. If you choose to do that, that's perfectly fine. If you run out, they do tell you what color it is, and so that's your color, and it refers to DMC brand, and it tells you down on the bottom. So all of that is there, and it's really nice and super helpful. So the first one we're going to do is brown. And the other thing I like to do as I'm working, I have, there's 2 little needles here, so don't lose those. If you lose them, they're just standard needles. You can always pick up more at the craft store. This came in a little Ziploc, which is super nice. I would just leave it like this. If you have little Ziplocs, these are just jewelry bags. I'll link some down below as well. If you don't have jewelry bags, I picked up these a while ago. These are perfect. They're Jell-O shot containers. Now, I'm not way into Jell-O shots, but they make great little storage containers. So what I do is because they're just such a great little small size, so I will actually open up all of these and I will pour them out individually into each color. So I've got the purple, and these are the beads that go on top, and I have pink and blue and brown and, well, kind of an iridescent whitish color. Anyway, so I will put those individually in here, especially as I go. Now that we've got all the prep, all the setup, let me see here. So you have to separate your strands out. What I also do is I will cut these in half. They're just too long. But if I cut it in half, it becomes a manageable size. Then I separate the threads out for my stitching. The 2 needles, I think the one that's got the blue stripe in here, this one is a thinner, smaller needle, and I'm just gonna leave it in here. This one's perfect when you are doing the sequins and the beading. The little bigger of a needle is nice for just the regular embroidery, and that's just because you can thread it easier and it's ready to go. So, just as, you know, so you know which is which, and I will be changing them out, and I'll kind of, you know, walk you guys through how I'm doing this. Needle threaders are really great if you need it. I do usually with the tinier one. This bigger needle, this bigger eye is great. I'll link some down below. I just use the standard, the really cheap ones that are just metal and plastic, and they work just fine for me. There are some fancy needle threaders. I don't usually use those. Once you've threaded your needle, you want to go ahead and knot it. Okay, so I have a white, this is the cardboard that came in it, so I'm just gonna put that down because this is brown on brown, a little hard to see, so let's just do this. It's an outline stitch, and you know, you can kind of do however you want to do it. Like I said, you want to outline. So story time as we're doing this. This is so much fun. And then you want to, you know, end it here, and you want to try to get as much as you can on the line, and if you don't, it's okay. If some of the line shows, it's completely fine. You know, and that's part of this story time, is it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to try new things. It's okay not to be perfect at everything. It's okay to just try your best. And that's something that I'm really trying to not worry so much about. You know, you get those perfectionist tendencies and you're so worried, am I doing this right? Is this exactly perfect? And then I have to remember, this is just an embroidery kit. It's, you know, it is fun. I do enjoy these, and I like to give them away. I don't think they're good enough to sell. I don't think anybody would pay for my stitches. but I do really enjoy it, and I just have to remember that that's the most important thing with all of this, and that's the most important thing with when you're trying new things or even old things. I mean, I've been doing embroidery for a while, and I even took a class. I took this really wonderful class at one of our local yarn shops, and it was a year-long class, and I know I've mentioned it before. And it was so wonderful because we learned different stitches every month. Then you go home and practice them, and you know, sometimes practicing was better than not. You know, sometimes I did great and other times I did not. You know, life got in the way, but that's okay. I got a book at the end and lots of help, and I really enjoyed it. So that is something I do encourage. Take classes, learn new things, you know, go expand your skills. And it's okay if you're not perfect at it, because who's perfect at anything, especially when they first try? I just really, really enjoy it. You might take things that you are excited to, and then you learn it's just not for you. Oh, let me move that, sorry. That's what I learned with knitting. I took a knitting class, and you know, it's just not for me, and that's okay. We don't have to learn all the same things. We don't have to be great at everything, and that's okay. My mother is wonderful at knitting. She does the best things, and boy, I wish I could, but knitting is not for me. That's okay. I can do other things. Oh, on a side note, as you're doing this, don't pull your stitches really, really hard, because if you pull too tight, what you're going to do is pucker your felt. So don't over tighten. Oh, and watch your stitches so they're not too big. Also, another hint, I'm making sure that I'm doing all of this diagonal first, and then I'll go back and do the other one. It'll just make it look neater. Something that you do in cross stitch, you make sure that your right to left are all going the same direction, and you're at your what I'm saying is you've got all of the right to left, or this is the left to right, all underneath, and then my other direction will be all above. So that's what you want to do. It just makes it look neater, and it's just a little trick. Now, if you decide not to do it, that's okay too. Like I said, if you decide to do something a little different, that's all right. So what I'm going to do, my battery's going to die on this. So I'm going to finish up the cone. Then we're going to go on to the sprinkles, and because that's the fun part, and the little decorations on the ice cream. So let me finish up this guy, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have finished the cone. Isn't it cute? All right, let me show you how I do the sequin part of it. So I have this ice cream, and you can tell on the pattern here that the middle is pearls, and then the outside edge are sequins. So let's go ahead and put some pearls on. And if you want to do them all pearls, that's okay. Here's the thing. You don't have to, you know, do it exactly like the pattern. And, you know, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about in my story time. I have a little pearl in my hand. Is that you can take these patterns and you can do them any way you want. And what you're going to do is you thread up, and then you take the pearl and then you thread down. I'm using the same color as the felt here, so it'll help blend it in a little bit, because it'll pull it down just like that so that the thread is underneath. Anyway, so you want to, you know, do these patterns, do them however you want. This is, you know, your freedom with this. So as I'm, you know, trying to, you know, be a little more free with my patterns and, you know, with my art, try not to worry so much about rules and all of that good stuff. You'll see on my channel, I'm going to be stretching my wings a little bit, I like to say. I've got some art that I'm going to be showing in the next, you know, few weeks or few months that is very different from what I've ever done before. Of course, it makes me a little nervous to do this because it's very different, but I'm excited because I'm growing as an artist. I am starting to do things a little different. I am exploring and spreading my wings, as you will maybe say. I don't know. And you know, I think that's important, that we all try new things, that we try to grow. And as we expand in our artistic endeavors, that we try new things. Some of these things are very, very different. I've got some weird things, and that's okay. You know, I just really enjoyed. Okay, so this one, I'm actually, okay, good. Sometimes what you'll find is they'll be a little tight on the inside, and you might not be able to push your needle through. If that happens, throw it away. They usually give you extras, which is really nice. There's, I've never had a kit where I ran out of sequins or pearls or beads, because they're so generous making sure you have them. Now, if you spill them all on the floor, which I might have done before, then you might not have enough if you don't pick them all up. That's just a side note. As I was threading that one, it was a little tight, but they usually are very generous. And these are standard colors. I'm sure you can find them again, or just contact Plaid, and they are very helpful. Just say, hey, this is the situation. They might let you purchase more, or they might even just send you more. Anyway, I wanted to, you know, give you guys a heads up that I'm trying new things. I'm spreading my wings as an artist. I am expanding and I am growing, and I'm excited to share my journey with you. It's not always exactly the same as what I've always posted before. And that's a little scary for me, that I'm going to be doing things that may or may not be of interest to you guys. So I hope you stick with me and follow my journey. And, you know, I hope you are excited as I am with my journey. And so, yeah, so that'll be coming up in the next few weeks, few months, probably forever as we keep on rolling. And, you know, off we go. So, you know, my channel is eclectic as I am, because, you know, I've got a multitude of interests, and, you know, embroidery is one of them, and some of my art is one of them. So I'm excited to share all these things with you. I haven't always been as excited to share everything. Let me grab the purple real quick. Now, excited may not be the right word, but I've been a little nervous sharing everything with you guys, because it is so different. It's definitely outside of my comfort zone. And it's something that I don't know, you know, people I do show it to, my husband and son, they think it's really cool, definitely outside of my comfort zone. And, you know, like I said, I'm been a little nervous, but that I think is standard. So now I'm thinking, yeah, I need to show you guys. I need to share my journey with you. And, you know, this whole channel is called Take Time to Create. So we all have time and we all create different things. So I want to show you what I have been creating. All of the randomness. There is some definite random, you know, but the standard projects too. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is I'm excited for my new journey. I'm a little nervous for my new journey. I can't wait to show you guys some of the new things I'm working on, making up, exploring, some of the art I'm trying to do. I can't wait to show you guys. Of course, I'll have things that I've always been doing. Last year, I kind of got off the wagon and didn't post as much, and this year I haven't started out very good, but I am doing better, and I'd like to post more. So that's where I'm going. That's what's going to be going on with my channel. That's the next step. So I'm actually really excited. I can't wait to show you guys. I can't wait to take you guys along with my journey. So let me tell you what I'm doing here. So you thread up. Oh, I've got sequins. The sequins sometimes will stick to you because of static electricity, but that's all right. You just kind of scrape them off and do the best you can. All right. So I took a sequin, and it's now, and it's kind of like a cup. So you want it so it scoops up this way, because you're going to cradle the bead. And these are just little tiny seed beads. And then you put that in through and you thread that just like that. And there's no way you can see all of that, but I have a sequin, and then I have a bead, and I'm very sorry if you can't see any of it. Then what you're going to do is you're going to thread down through the hole in your sequin. So you're going to kind of wrap your bead. So I'm threading through the hole again that I came up out of, and oh, and of course I've got my thread tangled. Okay, there we go. I had thread tangled. Anyway, so it looks like that. I've got the sequin down on the bottom. I have a bead here on the side. The bead is right here. Then you see my loop here, and it's going straight through that same hole. So then it just kind of holds it all in place, just like that. That's how you do it. Very easy. I just love the sparkle that the sequin and beads give with these kits. I really just enjoy these kits very much. I did the little sea creature ornaments. That was such a cute kit. I've done, let's see here. I'm working on Santa's laundry as well. It's this where you have like his little clothes and they're hanging up on a clothesline. It's super cute. And I have ugly sweaters, ugly Christmas sweaters I did. Like I said, I really enjoy these. I get a kick out of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up all of these, and then we're going to start assembling all of these pieces, and I'll show you how I do that, and if I have more to add as I think about it, because this takes a little while. This is not a fast project. Once again, I'm really not fast at embroidery either. I'm kind of slow. So this is going to take me a little while. And we'll kind of wrap it up. And if I have more, if I remember more for my what I want to talk about with my art journey, I'll bring it on back. We'll bring it all together. But this is so cute. And then what it's going to look like is where I'll put the blue on top, just like this. And this goes here, just like this. Look how cute this is going to look. Oh, anyway. Let me finish up all the sequin and beading. It's all the same again and again. Then we'll start assembling and I'll show you how I do all of that. So I will be right back. All right, so we're now at the next stage of things. I have the little cherry on top. It's pink, isn't that cute? Anyway, I wanted to show you how I deal with this. Is I have a full thing of thread here, you know, so I barely used any. So I'm going to start attaching it. I've already attached these two together. Now I want to be honest with you guys before I finish my story time. I'm sorry, I never tell stories in a linear fashion. It's just something that I do. Anyway, so I always jump back and forth. So we're going to jump quickly to this and then I will finish my story time. So I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is the very first time this has ever happened with any of these kits. I did not love the choice of sequins that came with it. This is the one right here, this blue one in the middle here. This is what it came with, and I thought it was too blue. This is more of a periwinkle color, so I went on Amazon. I ordered these. They're slightly bigger, so if that bothers you, it doesn't bother me. I kind of like the overlapping. I think it looks kind of cute. If that bothers you, then look for ones that are similar in size, and I don't know what size the original ones are, and these are just slightly bigger. But I preferred the color match because I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but that blue was just wrong. It just didn't look great. So I went ahead and switched it out. I'll link the sequins I picked up down below. That's completely up to you. Like I said, this is the very first time I've ever had to do that out of all the kits I've put together with these. So it is what it is. All right. So then what you do, this is very simple, just single thread, and then you can see the little dotted line. So we're just going to set it on there. And what I'm doing is I am just going around the circle, just like this. And I am adhering it. Now the color of thread that you want to do is the top one. So you don't want to do the periwinkle color or the blue or whatever you want to call it. You want to do the pink because that is what you're stitching over, so that is the color you want to match. And we'll do this real quick. So now I have the front of this done. So I'm going to take the other little cherry because what we're going to do is we're going to start building the back side. And I'm going to place the cherry like this, and I am just going to stitch around the outside of the little pink cherry. I don't know. It's just adorable. Anyway, just around the outside because I will want to stuff it and we want to make sure that there's room for it. There's not going to be much room in the top of the ice cream cone anyway, but we're just going to make sure, just stitch around just like this. And about the sequins, like I said earlier, before I even changed the sequins, if you don't like the color, change it. Nobody's going to come to your house and tell you you did it wrong. These are yours. Do whatever you want. And I was just following my own advice. All right. So We have the cherry stitched on top. I'm gonna knot that. Then we're going to go ahead and start putting the rest of these on. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna kind of lift it up. I'm actually going to do the blue onto the purple. Then we'll start adhering it together. So I'm gonna do the, like this, so I'm gonna adhere these. Now it's gonna take a little extra time because you wanna do the same color. And then when you adhere it to the sides, like this, and when we're putting it together, you'll want to go blue, then purple, then brown. It takes a little extra time, but it just looks so much better. I don't think it's that big of a deal. So just make sure that you just match the color. I thought I could get away with doing it differently, and I thought I could get away with just, you know, doing one color, and I find that those don't look as good. So that's my advice there, to make sure that you match the color. And then we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and do these. Okay, so I finished everything. I stitched around everything, and I just have just a little bit down here. And like I mentioned earlier, what I did is I just cut up the scraps that, you know, from the extras. I just cut them up, put them in here, just like this. This did take me a few days. You know, I'm not very fast at it. I came and went and all of that good stuff. So let me finish stitching this up, finish my story. So the whole point of all of this is I'm excited for you guys to join me on my journey of new art, new exploration, new things. My channel will be as eclectic as I am. You know, if it's something I want to try, I'm going to try it. If it's something I feel like doing, I'm going to do it. If you guys have suggestions and you want me to try something, let me know. It's all about exploration and art, and I'm going to be putting some weird stuff out there. I'm sure of it. Some normal stuff, some stuff that that is, you know, perfect, and other things that are just random. I'm going to make mistakes, but I'm just really excited to grow and to learn and to expand as a crafter and as an artist. So join me, and I'm welcome, you know, and I'm excited that you will join me for this. I think it's going to be so much fun. So yeah, that's what it is. Oh, and on a side note on this little guy, I forgot to mention, like I said, non-linear storytelling. I did not put the little hanger. You can see right there that there's just a little hanger. I didn't want it on this one. I can always add something later if I really want to, or if I decide that it doesn't work out, then you just kind of move the little guys around there. And let me cut this off. Okay, he's done. There we go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me on this little story time. Thank you for listening to me go on, and thanks for joining me on this journey. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so you know when I post new videos. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and on my blog. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys next time.